Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in again. We're in the garage with my 2023 Frontier here because we're having a little issue. Nothing major, but I like to keep you guys up to date with everything we do on the truck. We've modded a few things, so I like to show you what works and what doesn't work. And this is kind of in between. It's nothing major that I can't drive the truck, but we did something in a previous video. This is a little bit of an update for that, but it's causing another problem. So I'm going to show you what's happening. I've got a couple different ideas I'm kind of working with to fix it. Let me know what you think in the comments once I show you what's going on and see what you guys have to think. But I'll flip you around, show you what's happening with the truck, and you can see for yourself. All right, so those of you that are new to the channel, this is the build. It's my 2023 Frontier Pro-4x. We've got a bunch of stuff done. It's got the bumper on the front like you can see here. We got the winch, the light bar in there. Ditch lights, we got a rack, we got the tent, and what we're talking about today has to do with the lift somewhat. Now we've got the Dobinson IMS lift. It's a 3-inch lift, and these are 285/70/17 Mickey Thompson Baja Boss tires. It's just slightly under a 33. It's like 32 3/4 inch. So they do fit. I didn't have any issues up till recently, and what we did in a previous video is, if you look, I don't know if you can really see it, but we removed the front sway bar. Now, on-road and off-road, it seems to drive fine. I'll do a whole video on that later on. I've got stiffer suspension. Like I said, it's the Dobinson lift, so it's heavy duty up front and in the rear. So when I turn, normal driving, you don't really notice anything. Off-road, you definitely notice it because it's kind of independent of each other now. It's not locked. It can flex and do a little more. But what we are having issues with is in the city, where I'm in a townhouse here. You turn into my complex, it kind of goes downhill a little bit. And now higher speeds, the truck has more roll to it. Nothing major, like I'm not going to say you're going to go out there and flip your truck or anything like that. Could be different if you have stock suspension, keep that in mind. But what's happening now is when I turn certain areas, and it's always to do with a hill, either coming out of a driveway or, like I said, I live on a bit of a hill, so turning in here, and the truck does one of these, and then of course with the extra weight in the back, it's starting to do this when you turn, and this tire, now when I'm going straight, is fine, but when I turn, it's starting to hit right under there on the bumper. So what I mean, if you come to this side and look in the front bumper here, now most people, I am one of those, when I add the bigger tires, it hits in the back here, and I actually trimmed a bunch in there. You can go back and watch that video if you want. But what's happening now is because the front sway bar's off and it's more independent from one side to the other now, it's starting to hit right here. So it's not a huge amount, but I don't know if you guys can actually see. It's actually got a little bit of rubber from the tires actually hanging off the corner. Now, weird part is it seems to only be the driver's side, so I'm not sure if removing the sway bar, maybe it threw off the alignment a little bit. I'm not really too worried about that. What I am worried about is possibly, if it hooks right, ripping this bumper off, because it's only held on by like push clips and a few little screws. So if the tire happens to hook, because you do have a lip here, this portion is your fender liner, but all this and here down below, get a better view in there for you. If it hooks here just right and starts to pull, you're going to end up ripping the bumper off. And you can see right here even, it hits, that's not from my finger, that's where the tire rubs. So you can see, maybe, sorta, when you're turned, like I said, going straight, it works. When you're turned, it's super close, like you could maybe fit a finger in there, if that, but it doesn't hit. But as soon as the body comes down, because the way a tire is, you're getting closer and further out, it's going to rub, and that's what it's doing. So I've got a few ideas to possibly fix this. Idea number one, this I could just heat up like I did the back. It's just plastic, hit it with a heat gun, tuck that in. And then here, I'm thinking, because you can see maybe over here, I'm just gonna cut. So sort of along like this, maybe up to the very point here. Only inch, maybe not even, maybe a ½ inch. Just cut it off. We'll lose this lip. You could cut here just under the fender flare so it doesn't look too weird, and just eliminate that portion on both sides. And then having only cut that little bit, when you're coming to the front here and you look underneath, you won't really even notice that it's gone because it's going to be in front of these pins or the little push clips there. You won't even know it's really there. And then gives that tire a little bit of extra clearance, and I won't have to worry about possibly ripping the bumper off, because of course in the bumper you also have your fog lights and sensors and stuff are all tucked behind this. If something was to happen and it happened to rip and get pulled under this tire, chances are pretty slim, but if it happens, you can do a lot more damage than just trimming a little bit of this off. And now from this view as well, if you get in closer, you can see right there behind that clip is where the tire's rubbing. It's rubbing the paint off from the other side. And then if you look at the tire itself, it looks fine. It's not rubbing a huge amount, but it is rubbing. And like I said, for some reason, over here, it doesn't seem to do it. I don't know why, because alignment-wise, it should all be the same. So why the driver's side does it and the passenger side doesn't, I have no idea. All right, now option number 2 that I was thinking about. Instead of just trimming a little bit here, now this is the CBI off-road covert bumper, and the bull bar, they're sold separately, but they bolt together just like this. But what I was thinking is Z1 Off-Road, they make their little winglets. They have their Recon bumper. Design-wise, it's very similar to this one because they all follow where the plastic used to be in the truck. Basically, we eliminated the plastic and you replace it with the steel, and we can fit a winch, light bar, all that stuff in there. So what I was thinking, if I contact Z1 Off-Road and see if I can get just their winglet parts, should I actually cut the whole bottom edge off of the bumper and add that to it? To give you way more clearance. You would never have to worry about the tires in the front rubbing again. But the only thing is, with this bumper, like I said, design-wise, it should be the same, but I'm not sure 100% if they will bolt up properly to this bumper. Obviously, I would have to drill holes in this, remove the plastic portion, drill some holes to line up with the winglet. But if you look at Z1 Off-Road's Assault bumper, that's basically how it works. They got 4 holes drilled on one side, 4 holes drilled on the other side, and then the extra piece just comes out like a triangle sort of and gives you way more clearance in the front. Personally, I think that would look pretty sweet. I like the look of it, but for me, CBI doesn't make such a thing, and I'm not sure if you can buy just the outside portions from Z1 Off-Road. But let me know what you guys think, because like I said, I think it would look pretty cool. I could probably make it work. Worst case, if it doesn't work exactly, I could bring it into a shop and get it modified or even just welded directly onto this bumper. But of course, I will need them to test it first, because once I start chopping away at the bumper, there's no going back. So it's one or the other. But for now, just to make it fit and work, I think I am probably going to end up just cutting a little bit off. I'll do it on that side too, just to keep it the same. But like I said, I haven't heard or felt any rubbing on this side. On this side, you definitely hear it. It's like you're running over a pop can or something. You get a big crunch. And you can see where the paint has been rubbing off and the rubber has been hooking on, that yes, it is hooking the bumper. Again, hasn't pulled anything apart. Everything's still good and bolted together. But I do think it would look pretty sweet if I got those on there. So I may do that. And again, like I said, drop a comment down below if you have another idea what we can do, or if you think I should go with that option and try to kind of put two companies into one and make my own special bumper here. So there you have it, guys. Nothing too major, just a little bit of modification to the truck that's going to be needed to get done so we don't ruin any of the front bumper here. So again, let me know, do you think I should just trim that little bit down there and keep the truck looking like it does now? Or should I try and inquire about the more aggressive look and start hacking the bumper apart and make it like the assault bumper from Z1 Off-Road? I'm not sure if they'll sell me just the one chunk or not. I'll have to inquire about that, like I said. But it's an option. I do think it would look pretty cool as long as it can work with the CBI bumper, because I'm not going to change out the whole bumper. It's just too much money, and I really like the look of this bumper. I like how it has the bigger light bar. Everything works, everything looks good, and it's already installed. They don't have to do that whole step and process again. But like I said, we could cut here, make it look one of a kind, or do I just trim and give the bigger rubber a little bit more room to play? So let me think, or let me know what you think. If you're new to the channel and you're still following along this far into the video, please like and subscribe, share with your friends, and drop a comment down below. I'll try to get back to all of you guys. Thanks for watching this video. I will probably do a video on fixing it up, whatever I decide to do. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully we catch you in a future video, and thanks for watching.